Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel, Beautiful Awakening with Shantia. Welcome to another pick a card reading with me. Okay, so I'm excited for today's reading. We are looking into your energetic expansion. So we're going to be looking at sort of your current energy. And I feel like I tapped into some of it last week because I kept talking about your inner experience and your inner fulfillment. But the goal of this reading is to really focus on the internal fulfillment, your energetic expansion, and we're going to get some really good energetic alignment messages. And particularly, we are reaching out to your higher self. So I wouldn't say I channeled, but I made a list of songs from 1 to 12 that I've written, and I just rolled the dice and I let the dice choose what song would go to which group. So I'm just based off of those songs and the messages that came through, I felt like that is your higher self speaking to you, because that's essentially where I get my messages, is those energies. I'm just channeling it. So your higher self has a message for you through those songs. And then we're also going to get some advice on how you can ease into or shift into these energies or stabilize them as well. Because I know there's a lot of new energetic shifts that people are going through in general, and there's some timeline shifts that are happening. So we'll get some clarity on your spiritual evolution, and my intention is for you to gain confidence and feel confident in being able to do that for yourself, being able to evolve, to expand into more of yourself. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce the groups to you guys, and after I introduce, we can go ahead and start our meditation. So here we have group number 1 with the Apatite. We have group number 2 here with the Amazonite. And then we have group 3 with the red tiger's eye. And I'll go ahead and give you guys a close-up view of those crystals there. Okay, let's go ahead and start our meditation. I'm using this candle until its end. Oh, okay. It's very low. It's very hot in there. It's kind of hard for me to sit in that energy. Oh, there we go. That's a nice one. Here is the singing bowl. Okay, so I forgot to mention earlier, this is the channeled song underneath here. But yeah, I pulled oracle cards, and we always pull tarot for clarification. Just to explain it, just in case, so that people aren't confused about what's going on by any means. Okay, so let me just tune in and pick up whatever energies want to come through first. Okay, so I feel like at first I saw a cross, and then it looked like it turned into a star. And it was giving me this energy of like sort of fumbling through the energy or trying to hold it or handle it, like trying to hold it really well. The star energy was giving me this energy of light and sort of the light that you are being imbued with at this point in time, and you learning how to sustain it. So I feel like a lot of the advice that's going to come through, that's probably going to be around concentration and focus and really like honing in on tuning into that. And I feel like the light, it can be symbolic for so many things. For the most part, it's symbolic for positivity, having an optimistic outlook on life, believing in God, or believing in the higher power, trusting in the higher power. So I feel like you, group number 1, are stepping into a place where you're finding a way to stabilize that energy for yourself. And if I were to age it, it felt like someone learning how to ride a horse. I feel like someone trying to ride a horse and trying to figure out, how do I hold these reins? How do I hold it steady? Get a steady hold on it so it stays, or they move or maneuver in the direction that I need it to go. But it didn't feel like you were trying to control the direction. You were just trying to hold it still, like a stretched rubber band of some sort. Okay, let's see what wants to come through for the Apatite here. Okay. Okay, it's so funny. I was kind of seeing a bush, but it was reminding me of Marie Antoinette. Like the hair, the big hair. And I guess you could say it was taking me to confidence. It was more like this energy of being different, or you know what it is? The head, usually every time I see a big head or something on the head, it's usually pointing in the direction of knowledge. But again, I'm getting this sort of wobbly energy of like learning how to use it. So I think some of you are learning how to tune into probably some self-care knowledge for yourself, self-care, self-improvement knowledge. And you're like, whoa, I have all of this knowledge, but now I have to learn how to live by it. How do I actually apply it to my life? So perhaps you've been in a place where you've been studying a lot, you've been receiving a lot of messages, or you've been receiving a lot of insight, or you've been paying attention to your life, and now it's helped you. You've gathered all of this knowledge or this information, but now it's a matter of being able to stabilize that insight. Yeah, it just reminds me of someone like walking, and they're trying to hold that huge wig, and they're trying to like keep it steady above their head. Not in the camera, but someone trying to like balance it. I guess if you imagine when they're training women to walk properly with their head held up high with a proper posture, and they would put books on their head and try to stay balanced, that's kind of what it's taking me to. So that's like, what are you talking about? Like, I think you can call that decorum or manners, etiquette. There's some kind of spiritual etiquette that you're tuning into right now where you're like, okay, this is how we do it. This is how we do it. For you could be a lot of spiritual practices. It could be spiritual practices that you're learning how to sustain. Maybe you're learning how to have a certain routine, to meditate. But usually what my guides are pointing to is when it comes to us stabilizing our energy and our routine, it just comes to your day-to-day habits. So it's like, how are you processing information? How are you processing your emotions so you're not holding this heavy weight of emotions anymore? Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can see anything in the Apatite here. This is not my favorite lighting for it here. So I'm being taken to mountains and people traveling. It's like a ravine or in between two mountains. I guess you could also call it a valley, and they're moving in between that valley. But it it takes me to someone, navigating the Grand Canyon or going hiking and trying to find their way through. But you have a clear direction because the ravine or the valley has like a triangle in between it, in between the two mountains. So that to me is pointing in the direction, so you know exactly where to go. And I feel like you're just in a place where you're navigating that and you're moving straight to that point. So it seems like you guys, group one, are in a very confident, positive place in your life where you have a clear direction of where you want to go or where to go. And you're just moving in that direction to see what it is you're here to experience. This appetite sometimes has to do with learning how to process emotions or thoughts or put the pieces together. So maybe you're getting all of the different pieces together for how something works, how you work, which is the most important thing. Learning how you work, how you operate, you're getting all those pieces and they're starting to come together for you. Yeah, and you're doing this with the collective as well. I'm seeing people around you who are also moving in that direction. It's kind of like the promised land, like people going to the promised land. That's what I'm seeing. You're moving on to the promised land. Okay, so let's go ahead and reveal what message wanted to come through for you guys, group number one. All right, so you guys got Last One Standing. Here are the lyrics to Last One Standing. These tender hands tended the land. Callous man, please wash your hands. When things don't go the way you expect, out the door goes self-respect. Bitter taste left on my tongue. Alchemist, welcome home. She's awake. She's inflamed. Liquid gold pour in the river. This old wreckage will turn it around, given to the one who bears the crown. You are the answer to their prayers. You're a refuge that refuses to be a wasteland, that don't understand. That last one standing grows taller, as the shame falls away. Her power ceased to amaze me. Shy one, don't go. You're a hero, saving yourself from this pretend hell. Either your fear rules over you, or you rule over your fear. You're almost there, my dear. You're a work in progress. Give it to God. There we go. That's the promised land. You're almost there. It's pretty cool sometimes, you know, whenever you're channeling energies to see how it comes together. So the last one standing is about tuning into your mortality. This is where you become aware. Like, life is sort of a struggle. It's full of lots of labor. Even if you don't want to believe that and you want to just escape and just feel good all the time, there's a lot of labor that comes with being human. So I wrote here, when you've realized your mortality, when you realize the limits of mortality, that's when you're ready to uncover your immortality and you start to develop your strength of spirit. We're so limited as humans, but that's why we're so curious to know. We have to get to that point that we become infinitely curious and we want to know how to explore our immortality. So you are most definitely interested in exploring the depths of who you are and the different multi-layers of your existence. You can go over the lyrics if you want and see what connects to you in that experience, but it's essentially about the awakening and it's about holding out. Very much Nine of Wands, last one standing. And when I wrote that song, I was thinking about X-Men Last Stand, I think. But yeah, I remember hearing the words last one standing grows taller. So if you stick it out and you push through, you gain more wisdom, you gain more insight, and actually you experience abundance in a multitude of ways. So your spirit grows and it benefits. There's a reward. There's going to be a physical manifestation of a reward as well. I was also talking about you're a refuge that refuses to be a wasteland. So the wasteland is sort of the understanding the mortality of your body. It has a finite existence. Eventually it ends, its life ends, and you gotta move on, right? So it's like, instead of wasting your time or wasting your energy or just not really doing anything with your existence, you're choosing to invest in yourself. So you're a refuge, you're a safe space for other people, and you refuse to be a wasteland. I wrote the line, this old wreckage will turn it around, given to the one who bears the crown. So the wreckage is understanding that we have wounds in our DNA. We have trauma, we have karma. That's a part of our DNA. But the karma is a twofold. Karma is the part of the trauma and the challenges that we experience, but it's also an opportunity to unlock your power. So you push through that karma and you find a way to receive it gracefully, it helps you. It helps you to alchemize, it helps you to awake. So this is about overcoming the difficulties of life. You're in a place where you're overcoming some kind of challenge and you're seeing the value in it. The liquid gold that you have access to now. All right, let's go ahead and reveal your cards and see what you'd like to reveal to us here. Okay, let me go ahead and just pull some tarot cards on your current energy here. Oops. We got Temperance. Oh, that's all I need. Okay, we got Temperance. Gotcha. I'm also going to be pulling some chakra cards to receive some more alignment messages for you guys as well. Okay, so currently you are in a place where you're, again, finding balance. So I was seeing someone who was trying to like navigate the reins here. When we're going through energetic shifts, we're given like so much energy. We're given a lot of upgrades energetically. And at first it's actually quite hard for us to maintain that light within us. It's hard. It's foreign. It doesn't feel comfortable. So you have to like find that balance, and you might be in a place in your life where things are happening where you're needing to find balance energetically. You find yourself constantly being challenged over and over by the same thing or a similar reoccurring theme in your life. What it's teaching you is not be so reactive. So you're in a place where you're learning how to not be so reactive to your external situation, which is testing you, but it's helping to build you up internally. So Apatite is also connected to throat chakra as well. We have Mercury, open communication. Get the weight off your chest, speak up with love, and be heard. We have here Ritual, Celebrate Life, Solar Plexus number 12. We have the Order of the Melchizedek, Embraced by Light, Mission Uncovered. Don't give up. So you've uncovered your mission there. We have here Radha, Soul Flame, rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. We have Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. We have Father, talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. Shadow attributes are dictatorial, control, abusive authority. We have here Healer, passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, ability to help transform pain into healing. And then, yes, the Temperance card. Yeah, most definitely you're in a place where you are strengthening the light that's within you. Here with the Ritual, Celebrate Life, Solar Plexus. This card specifically talks about what you're consuming and how that's impacting your Agni, your energy within you. So you want to just take note of the foods that you're putting in your body, making sure that it's not putting too much pressure, making sure everything is flowing correctly. Most of us know what we're supposed to be eating. Our body talks right to us. It's just sometimes we ignore it. So most definitely listen to that because it's impacting your system here. But with the solar plexus, Celebrate Life, this is about you stepping into your confidence for sure. I was seeing a star and feeling good about yourself. So you're getting some light upgrades and assistance in that place, and that's what's healing for you right now. You're also quite powerfully understanding that you are a healer here to pass on healing insight and energy to others with this Healer and Father. You're here to be a supportive unit to other people. It could mean that you're shifting the dynamic of your energy to your parents or your father, perhaps, but this is mainly about you and your experience and what you're here to be. You're here to be a supporting, guiding light. I was seeing other people, in the crystal here. You've uncovered your mission. Order of the Melchizedek, embraced by light, mission uncovered, don't give up. You've uncovered your mission here, which is so powerful and such a huge blessing because a lot of people don't know why they're here. And I think you're like, you know what? I think I know why I'm here. I think I know why I'm here. Perhaps it has something to do with communication and passing on your insights, whether it's through anything, any form. It could be speaking, it could be writing. You're finding ways to communicate your concepts or ideas, or you're thinking about things that you want to communicate. Healing messages with I think it's caduceus. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Here that he has sitting on his chest, Mercury. Speak up with love. That's important. So you're probably healing the way, right here, mind, body, and spirit. You're repairing the way that you talk to yourself, the way that you think about yourself. You're thinking in a more positive light. You're seeing yourself in a more positive light because we're not our person, our personality. We are so much more. We're part of this deeper essence that is honestly perfect. But we have to go deep within to feel attuned to it. Our personality, our person, our human is not perfect and will never be. So we have here Radha, so flame. So Radha connects me to devotion. So perhaps you're quite devoted to your spiritual. I would have to say, if you're uncovering your mission, you've been quite devoted to your path. If you rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. So I feel like you are coming into harmony with this Temperance card within yourself. And that's because you are the light that gets to walk the earth. That light is going to be contagious and it's going to pass on and impact those that come into your presence as well. You'll have that healing presence to offer to people. But I know for sure that you have been most definitely processing some challenging emotions and thoughts with this be fearless and stand strong, right? The last one standing. I didn't even realize that until now. But yeah, that's actually a perfect synchronicity with the last one standing. Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. You are standing in your strength and you're understanding what it means to be a warrior, what it means to be standing strong. It doesn't mean we're getting defensive towards anyone or anything, but we're standing strong in our power, knowing that we have what it takes to handle life gracefully. Peaceful warrior. Fearless. You're learning how to overcome a lot of fears that have been challenging you. Yes. Okay. You have a lot of emotional processing, I think you've been going through. So your higher self advice, it was in the song. Your higher self most certainly wants you to know that you are powerful and you're a powerful light. You're here to spread that wisdom and that insight and that love here across the earth. You're meant to communicate your ideas here. And I'm being taken strongly to Michael Singer. He just has such a nice, very natural, easygoing vibe about him. And when he talks, he just sounds like a normal guy, but out of his mouth comes this like powerful insight and wisdom that just helps you to feel so much more attuned to yourself. And yeah, I think a lot of you are in a place where you're powerfully attuning to your authentic voice as well. I think you're finding the courage to really speak up or speak your mind, speak the things that are on your heart courageously. Because what I really appreciate about Michael is that he just kind of says it, as do a lot of really powerful spiritual teachers do, is that they don't try to filter themselves too much. They're always respectful and kind. They say it with kindness and respect, but they're kind of direct and they just let people know, hey, what you're doing is not working. So I think you're getting past this, I'm seeing like filter. I think you're getting past this filter of feeling unsure of yourself, of how you express yourself to people. Now you're feeling a lot more direct, like, this is it, this is what's going on, you need to work on this. And sometimes people just need to be told like it is, like they just need to be told straight up that what they're doing is not helping them here. Okay, let's see what else they'd like to show us here with the tarot. We got a lot of great messages, so we have here Two of Pentacles, and we'll clarify that. We have the moon. We have the moon. So I think when it comes to your physical circumstance, it does feel quite challenging because you're having to navigate the balance here. You are being tested, so to speak, at this point in time, where you might be going through some karmic, some physical, some financial karmic situations right now that's here to teach you some lessons around abundance. So with the moon, other than the unknown, and sometimes it can represent fear and facing fears, it also represents cycles. And what the universe is always trying to tell us is that there's nothing to fear because things in our life have an expiration date. It has a cycle. And so whatever challenge you're currently facing, it has an end point, an ending date, a divine timing ending date. It's going to end. It's going to be done. It's going to be finished. So instead of perhaps being fearful of things not panning out or worried, like I'm getting like a little frantic energy, a little worry here. They're asking you to confront this by absorbing within yourself that it will end. They're directly telling you this. This isn't something you have to question if it's going to end. You don't have to question whether it has to be difficult. You're learning flexibility here with the Two of Pentacles and the Temperance card. I talked about this in my The Art of Healing video. I talked about flow and flexibility. We are here to learn how to master our energy. We're here to learn how to bend when something comes at us. And you have to bend energetically, because if you always go to the external to fix the situation, you will always be uneasy. So the way that you create peace for yourself is you find a way to bend here. So just be very flexible. It's very much a mental experience that's going on within you, but you're getting a lot of the insight and the wisdom that you need to know how to be flexible here. And what happens is when we feel so much pressure, when we're able to keep standing, some part of us just knows how to relieve the pressure, and it will show you. So some part of you knows how to just relieve that pressure, and it knows what to do. It probably has something to do with finding a way to calm, right? With the Temperance, calm, be patient, or be present, more importantly, through the process. Okay, let's see what else advice they'd like to offer you guys through the Astro Dice. So we have Venus and Aries in the 6th house. Oh, very interesting. I feel like this has a lot to do with healing energy. Also work. Okay, we have 9 of Swords that popped out. So those are about fears and anxieties, that frantic energy. Can you tell us more about the Venus and Aries in the 6 here? Pioneering a path. 9 of Pentacles, work. So for a lot of you, perhaps there's some fears around your financial situation panning out. And I'm here to reassure you that it will pan out with this 9 of Pentacles. That's basically saying success here. We have the Venus and Aries here. That's a winner. Winner, 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 dinner. I meant to say winner, winner. What did I meant to say? I don't know. For some reason, I was hearing chicken dinner. I don't know. I think it's just a phrase. I don't even know what that means. Oh, it's funny. Yeah, you're a winner. You are going to be getting an opportunity to do something that you love. So this is what you're manifesting into your life. You're going to have an opportunity to manifest your dream job. It could be something that's like creative. It could have something to do with healing with that 6th house energy there. And it's going to be something where you basically get to do what you want and make your own schedule with that Venus and Aries. You essentially get to do what you want when you want. Like if you wake up at 3 o'clock and you start doing your work, you're going to get to do that. So this is what your higher self wants you to know is manifesting. And you're working towards that, but right now you just need to finish your training to receive this opportunity here. So you're in training right now to receive this opportunity that's coming towards you, where it's essentially a dream job, something very pleasurable, very enjoyable. Venus is about pleasures, it can be about creativity or enjoyment of the sort, but you're most certainly going to be enjoying your day-to-day work routine life around this thing, and you're pioneering it, which means that you're essentially creating the routine that you want. Yeah, you're going to be able to do what you want. This is great. Okay, let's just go ahead and pull some final chakra cards, and we'll end your reading, group number 1. And 3 just come flying out. We have here crown chakra. They're talking about essential oils. Connect with your crown chakra by burning candles, oils, and incense with enlightening scents, such as myrrh, camphor, and frankincense. Yeah, speaking of the promised land in Christ. We have here heart chakra affirmations. I'm worthy of love. And we have here sacral chakra key concepts. This chakra's key concepts are pleasure, creativity, sexuality, needs, and emotion. This chakra's color is orange, and its element is water. Yeah, so the sacral chakra is connected to our emotions here. I think the huge emphasis with this Apatite here and the Mercury card, there's a huge emphasis around your mind and the reprogramming that's happening currently. That's very important for you to confront these fears. And what I would encourage you to do is to journal daily, probably, but to just take a moment, perhaps at least in the week, to journal about how you're processing certain things and how you're navigating fear, because you're going through a fearful situation. This is a test. This is on purpose, but they need you to reflect on that and to think how you can shift within yourself, because you know what to do with this Father energy. That's the Emperor energy, so that tells me that you have the capabilities to essentially kind of figure out what it is that you need for yourself. And with the Venus in Aries, it's telling me that you're quite independent here with that Venus, 9 of Pentacles as well. You're quite independent in your thought process and how you like to approach things. So you probably have some ideas or ways that you can navigate your energy, and I'm just giving you confirmation on your journey and what you have been doing. You're going through some heart chakra upgrades right now as well. We have here, I'm worthy of love. So I was seeing people, I feel like this is confirmation that people and loving experiences with people are most certainly coming into your life. You're just learning how to, right now, tune into more of that worthiness, that love worthiness within yourself. And we tune into this by learning who and what we are. When we really learn, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's like, oh my gosh, who wouldn't love me? I'm amazing. You know, we all have that potential to recognize our true worth, which is infinite, within ourselves. But we have to truly feel that way. It's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to actually feel truly worthy. In the sacral chakra, this is where we're processing a lot of emotions. So you're probably going through lots of upgrades. Here, you know, with the fear, because this is where I bet your stomach tightens up when you feel a bit of fear. There's all kind of shifts going on inside of you. And that's pointing you to learning how to navigate that energy better. So how to find that flow, right? Like water, bend, flow, flexibility. They're just taking us back to those messages. But they're also talking about pleasure here. So by facing your fear and learning how to find balance within yourself in spite of the fear that you're facing, you'll learn how to flow. And as you embody this energy of flow and water within you, you'll be a magnet for the flow that wants to come and manifest into your life. And so you're going to manifest pleasurable experiences within you. So I would say keep working on this. Some of you are quite creative. Keep working on your creative endeavors as well. Whatever it is that you're pursuing. That's going to be the end of your reading. Thank you, group number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And let me know what you think. Like, subscribe to support. I will see you guys next week for another reading. Bye. Hey, group number 2, welcome to your reading. So if you chose this lovely Amazon night, this is going to be the reading for you. Okay, so I didn't mention it earlier, but towards the end of your reading, I'm going to be pulling chakra cards. I always pull tarot cards for clarification and additional messages that want to come through. And your higher self is giving you the message through the song. It came through very clearly when I was listening to the songs. I don't know which one is under what, but well, there's 2 more left, so I know that. But all the songs sounded like higher self messages, and usually whenever I'm writing songs, it's coming straight from that source. It's not me, just coming straight from that source, and I'm just picking up on that. So this is going to be your higher self message, and then all the other insights and messages that are going to come through are going to come through these cards. So first, as usual, I'd like to go ahead and pull energies and just see whatever wants to come through. We're going to be looking into your energetic expansion and whatever we can pick up here. Yeah, I think stability is huge here. Stability, strength. I was seeing something, it felt like a tree or 3 parts. It was like this. Whatever that 3-parted triangle. I don't even know the names of all the shapes, but I was seeing this 2 lines going up and 1 going down connected to it. And I was seeing someone holding it like this. They're holding a wall. Okay, so you're in a place where you're establishing foundations. You're stabilizing some kind of foundation. Foundational, it could be a teaching. Usually when we're adjusting in our lives and we're tuning into our own growth, we're stabilizing knowledge. So we receive it as knowledge or information first, and then we stabilize that knowledge within ourselves. And so the universe is in dialogue with us all the time. So when you're sitting down and you're saying, hey, I want to get better. I want to do better at this. I want a better life for myself. The universe hears your heart. It hears your intentions. It knows what you want. It knows you want this power to tune into. And so once it receives a confirmation from you that that's what you want, and it's heard the message time and time again, it will send you the challenges to train you to receive it. Because the way that things work is that it's backwards or it's inside out. In order for us to manifest the experience that we want, we have to go within. And so the universe will send us challenges first that are the opposite of what we want, so that we can tune into and find balance and master our energy internally to be a match for the thing that we do want. So that's what I feel like you're finding a way to do that. And I also feel like you're finding balance within yourself beautifully, because I'm getting mind, body, spirit. You're finding a way to balance those areas so that it's not too much mental activity, it's not too much attention to the body, it's not too much spiritual insight and wanting to just connect to God. You're finding like a practical way to ground this information into your life. Okay, let's see what we can get with the Amazonite here. Okay, I was seeing a heart and I was seeing a butterfly. So the butterfly has a heart. Transformation. Okay, so you're transforming. The way that you're transformation is happening, it's happening through your heart, the alchemy of your heart, which means transformation, your heart, alchemy. Okay, that's how you transform through your heart. I'm getting some information, some insights today, I gotta say. I mean, I always talk about, it's so weird the way that spiritual insight comes through, because I always feel like I'm getting lots of pieces. It's like pieces, just so many pieces of information. And I don't really think about how it lines up, but sometimes when I start talking about it, it just finds a way to line up. And I'm like, how did that make sense? But it just did. But the way that things, I think, work in life, we have all this knowledge, there's all of this information, there's tons of content to consume, there's tons of books to read. But the way that we end up grounding that experience, by the end of the day, it all comes down to our heart. It all comes down to what we feel is right, what we sense is right. Because our heart is a multi-sensory organ, and also psychic energy. I don't know how to explain it. It's more than just a physical experience. Like, our heart is our energy as well, our source of power. And when we activate that power within us, it just balances everything out. Everything just flows beautifully from that space. So you guys are going through a very powerful, transformative experience where you're going through a heart-opening expansion. Your heart is opening, which means you're probably feeling quite sensitive, quite perhaps a little bit emotional, and you actually feel like this grace or this compassion for yourself as well as others that you're accessing as well. You know, I'm seeing people look at someone and they're like, wow, you have such a beautiful heart. I can tell, I can see it, or I can feel it. You have such a beautiful intentions. And I just know your kindness isn't something you're pretending to have. It's actually who you are. I just know you're being real. That's the vibe I'm getting. Beautiful. Beautiful, transcendent butterfly. And actually, I feel like you're in a place right now where it's actually somewhat noticeable. I don't know if people are letting you know, hey, what have you been doing? But even if they don't say anything, I think they notice. They're noticing it. They're noticing some kind of transformation happening in you. You're kind of in this place right now where you're right over the hump, is what I'm hearing. Where it's like, okay, now that we've been facing a lot of these challenges and trials, this is where the grace comes in. And that light sparkles. And you start to see someone, like when they're climbing up that hill and they're getting up to the top, there's just this glint of determination in your eyes where people are like, yeah, you can do it. You got this. So I'm here, maybe people are going to be shifting to actually rooting for you. Maybe there have been people in your life who have been questioning what you've been doing in your life, but you've been consistent and you've been devoted. And now you're in a place where people are going to start recognizing, like, I don't know what you're doing, but it's working. I can feel it. Like, I feel a connection to you, or I can sense that there's some kind of shift in you, and it's for the better. Yeah, possible. Well, you know, you guys did get Amazonite. I didn't think about it much, but this is Amazonite, and Amazonite is connected to sort of like confidence. I call it my Natalie Portman crystal. Natalie Portman? Portman, yeah. Crystal, because that's who I saw when one of the first few times I channeled with it. I was like, Natalie Portman? Is that you, girl? Yeah. So let's see if I can pick up anything else here. Yeah, I got a happy well. A happy well. Maybe you feel a connection to a well, perchance. But yeah, I'm seeing a happy well swimming in the water. It's a young one too. It feels like a young teenage well, maybe. And he's just having a good old time swimming in the water, enjoying his freedom. So I think that's what you're tuning into within yourself, is like you're feeling more free to just kind of go and be yourself and have fun, and you're letting go of the pressure. Perhaps you're still in a place where you're learning how to overcome it, but I think you're in a place right now where you're learning how to really let that pressure go. And that's the thing that's keeping us from our happiness. You can't, if I were to just tell you, well, you're keeping yourself from your happiness, you'll just sit there looking at me like, what are you talking about? Like, what am I doing to keep myself from my happiness? It's awareness, man. We have no idea what we're doing to ourselves half the time. We put so much pressure on ourselves to succeed, to be this, to be that, to be anything other than what we actually are. And what we are is magnificent already. So it's like, what are you putting all that pressure on yourself for when you're already amazing? You don't have to go be amazing. You just have to be yourself. Right? Okay. Awesome. Let's reveal your channel's message. So you guys got It's a Wrap. Woohoo! I love this song. This is my favorite one. I listen to this regularly, especially when I'm washing dishes. I love listening to this. Oh, my computer is okay. It was loading. So I wrote this one in March. Here are the lyrics. Sea gazer, look through the window and see your new life. It's a wrap, no looking back. You're on the fast track to dynasty sap. Food for fuel, my soul is true. Didn't know I was taken till my heart was won. Walked away from everything, realized I was done. It was staring at me, tearing at me, urging me to start anew. It's a wrap, no looking back. You're on the fast track to dynasty sap. It's a new you, the fool who proved to break the rules. Like a synchronistic dance, I'm pulled in divine's trance. Control no longer tempts me. I'm floating away. Ooh, we hear you. Ooh, we feel you. You're safe. Ground to Mother Earth. Put your feet to the dirt. Don't be shy. Step away from the Wi-Fi. Healing will cut these karmic ties. Human is so flawed, tempted by desire. Our higher self is led by an angelic empire. Burdens are staring at me, tearing at me, urging me to start anew. And then it goes on. Like, I love that song because it just has so much like sass to it. It's like, psh, I'm done with this. So that's probably why I got the reference to the well. We had the sea gazer. We had the synchronistic dance. Whenever I think of a synchronistic dance, I think of fishes or School of Fish and Water. Divine's trance, going with the flow. Yeah. So you are in a place where your higher self is championing you on, and it's telling you don't look back. It's a wrap. We are done with this cycle. We are completing this. We are ready to move forward on into a better life for yourself, right? You're saying, no, I'm not tempted by my desires, my human desires. I'm interested in more of my, what do you call it? Immortal desires, my higher self desires. So you're doing some grounding work, perhaps. That's also the advice, is to ground, get outside, connect to the earth, receive the air, look at the sky if you can. Everyone can usually stare at a sky. Even if you live around a bunch of cement, you can go outside and look at the sky. Food for fuel, that means you're taking care of your body. Yes. So I love the line, you're on the fast track to dynasty sap, because I'm sure some people maybe don't know what the heck that means, but one of the cards I would always get in one of my decks was called Sap. And the sap is the blood of life. It's the resources, it's the blood of life, it's the energy, it's the Shakti that we have available to us. So you're on the fast track to the dynasty sap. So that's like the best quality of like spiritual resource that's going to help you align with the best quality resources in this physical as well. I'm not talking about like gold and stuff. I'm talking about like just high quality, healthy experience, healthy life experience. So perhaps you need to get off of the internet, stay away from the internet, or not be too attached to it. That would be probably good for you. Good for me too, actually. And perhaps you felt like things were, you felt this urge to change, right? The transformative butterfly. What was the line I read? It's the new you, the fool who proved to break the rules. Very rebellious. But perhaps there are just so many burdens that you felt like, oh my gosh, this is just really, I really need to just stop this. Maybe you left a job. Maybe you left a relationship situation that was not serving you. Maybe you just decided to, the most important thing for us to change is our belief system. So I think you most definitely took the time to reflect on your belief system, and you're like, okay, I really need to change the way that I'm approaching things because I'm not feeling called to this anymore. And the last line I want to refer to is the didn't know I was taken till my heart was won. That's about you belonging to God or the divine. right? Your heart is always trying to connect you to the divine. When you open it, it connects you to the divine. You belong somewhere. You belong to the divine here. So you don't have to look for your place of belonging in this world. All right, so end of a cycle. It's time to envision the new. And you are, this group, I'm definitely feeling strong alignment. I'm feeling strong synchronicity for you guys. So stay grounded. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and reveal your oracle cards. Oh my god, I love that they did that. They actually put out the angel card with the angelic empire message. Oh my gosh, and we got the Shekinah too. Unleash your spirit. Spring, see your seeds grow. Storyteller. Woohoo! Exciting stuff. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards to check in on your current energy. Group number 2 is current energy. Six of Swords, you are in transition, my dear. We have 5 of Cups. All right. So the 5 of Cups is when, you know, we're looking at certain situations and we're just not happy. There are certain things that just did not work out. We have the spilled milk, right? These cups are spilled over. Obviously, that doesn't feel great when things are spilling over in our life. We want things to stay standing and be great. And so you're transitioning out of some sort of loss that you've experienced. And I'm acknowledging that, yes, it did feel like a loss, but this was a loss that was here to teach you a certain kind of lesson, and you're transitioning away from the loss into something far more powerful, far better for you. Here. You're moving on into the new. So I think you're still finding a way to navigate those stories or those thoughts in your head. All right, the Six of Swords is when, you know, they're moving from difficulty, the mother and the child. They're moving from a difficult circumstance into something more ideal. Where the sun is up, the rainbows, the sun is shining. So you're moving into a place where the sun is shining. But in order for you to transition into a physical experience where the sun is shining, your sun has to shine. You're the sunshine to yourself. Let's go over the cards really quick. We have your 24 ritual, self-devotion, third eye chakra. We have here angelic frequency. Angels are here. You are safe. Potent connection. You had a strong connection to your angels, group number 2. We have the Shekinah. Unleash your spirit. Express your gifts. Dance to the sacred rhythm of life, right? That's the synchronistic dance. Man, is it me? These cards were quite literal match for this song. It's very funny. We got spring, see your seeds grow. See your seeds grow. And we have here storyteller, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols, shadow attribute, making up the tales that harm others. Right? So what stories have you been telling yourself that have been maybe harming you? What's more important when we go through difficult experiences, that we realize we're telling ourselves stories in our own head that's actually impacting our own personal well-being. And that's what the universe is trying to show you. There's probably some stories that you've been telling yourself you don't need anymore. And it's hard for us to recognize that we're really telling those stories to ourselves until we go through something very challenging. And then we start to see, whoa, there's like so many stories. My head is loud. It's loud here. Yeah, turn that frown upside down. I think you're flipping it upside down though. You're taking a turn for the better here. And they're also acknowledging you're moving in a better direction for yourself as well. Absolutely. So yes, perhaps you've been going through a grieving process, where you've been grieving what you lost. But they want you to know that there's nothing that you've lost that you needed. Not for where you're going, not for this new cycle, this new journey you're entering into here. With the ritual self-devotion third eye chakra, this is about perhaps taking the time to engage in certain practices for yourself that are helping you to feel more attuned. I'm definitely seeing meditation here. We have the third eye. The third eye tunes us into our intuition, our imagination, and us being able to trust it. What have you been dreaming about? What has your imagination been showing you that is possible for you to create? They want you to particularly be devoted to yourself. Be devoted to telling yourself a different story that's helping you here. Honestly, there's a true story. We really learn what we are. That true story is beautiful. It's incredible. So you only need the truth. And just like in this song, it says, you know, your higher self is like, things are no looking back. You're moving forward into something way better. Sea gazer, look through the window and see your new life. Your new life is already being presented to you. Group number 2. In your imagination. So you have a strong connection to your angels, angelic frequency. Angels are here, your safe, potent connection. The veil has been thinning. We've been getting closer to the higher power. The higher power has closed in on us too. And so we feel that connection. You can journal about it, pray to it, talk to the air and say, hey, angels, are you here? Whatever it is that you need to do to establish that connection and reaffirm that you have that connection, you have access to that relationship, I would go ahead and do that, because you most certainly do. Potent connection, angelic frequency. Yeah, so your higher self is connected to the angels here. Your higher self is connected to the angels. It's working in coordination with them. We have here the Shekinah, sacred self, unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. So it's time for you to express yourself. How would you like to express yourself? How would you like to unleash your spirit? The spirit burns bright and strong. And so when we really feel called to express ourselves, there's no inhibitions. There's not as much hesitancy. It's like a strong, confident, insistent energy where you're just like, yes, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to create this or make this. But also find your rhythm as well. You know, there's no urge, there's no rush to the finish line. There's no need to like rush to finish anything. So just create things in your own by your own fluid timeline that feels healthy for you. So I want to look into this. The spring, see your seeds grow. You got some seeds that are growing. I mean, again, let's go back to, we have seeds planted in our head, right? In our mind. So what seeds have been growing inside of you? Are they seeds of positivity and love and support for your journey? Are you recognizing your own growth? Are you recognizing that when you lost whatever you lost, you gained something? You gained some kind of wisdom to take with you for the rest of your life. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify this. Spring, see your seeds grow. If you're 2 of Wands, tell me more. Yeah, that's the envision again. The envision your new life. We have 5 of Swords. Spring, spring, see your seeds grow. So the 2 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. Okay, so that's definitely about the challenges that we're facing. So it's like, in spite of your challenges, can you see that there's something positive on the way? They just need you to be positive. They need you to, it's not even like be positive because they're telling you to be. It's like there is actually something to look forward to. There's something on the way to you that they want you to look forward to and be excited about. Here. Anything else you would like to tell group number 2, guys? Lots of swords. We got Ace of Swords. Tell yourself the truth. Clarity, truth. Speak the truth. Experience the truth. So you guys are in a place where you're gaining access to the truth of, I mean, we've been talking about it round and round here, but it's being confirmed that you are actually getting the truth. And right now they're telling you that the truth is that everything's going to work out. Actually, I can tell you that. It says it right here. Everything is going to work out. It's not like, I don't know. It is going to work out for the better. I think some of you guys have shifted into a higher frequency. You're vibrating at a higher frequency. And so it's hard to know what that actually means. When people are saying, hey, you're shifting into a higher frequency. It's like, okay, what do you mean by that? Am I going to grow wings? Am I going to start floating? I'm going to start flying? Does that mean I'm feeling positive all the time? You're shifting into a new timeline, a new frequency where you're tuning into your higher self and you're learning how that operates, but it takes, there's always the adjustment period that's needed. And the reason why a lot of us are going through quite an adjustment period is because the energies have significantly shifted. And depending on your conscious awareness, you have perhaps significantly shifted with it. It's not just a little jump in the timeline, you know, if you were like, oh, you know, you just shifted timelines. And no, shifting timelines is not easy. I don't think anyone ever actually talks about that. It's actually quite challenging when you actually shift a timeline. It's one thing to raise your frequency, a little bit here, a little bit there, but it's another thing to jump a timeline, to create a whole new pathway with that Two of Wands for yourself. So what does Spirit mean when they're telling you to tell yourself the truth? Right? It's probably what you're asking yourself. And they're saying that you're going to have to tune into your powers. You're going to have to tune into your third eye here. Your inner seeing, your mind's eye. Ask the question, meditate. Spirit, what do you want me to know? Just ask that. Spirit, what do you want me to know? Just sit there and meditate on that and sit with that. Speak it out loud, write it down. And the Spirit never feeds us with fear. So any kind of fearful messages is just you listening to a voice of limitation in your head. And they're asking you to decipher the voice of limitation, which is your human problem circuit on the surface. And then there's a quieter voice, perhaps, that you're learning how to give it more power, more potency. And you're learning how to listen to that voice. You know, that voice inside of you that says, stay calm. It's going to be all right. You're okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what other messages they have for you to get into alignment. Here, group number 2. Yeah, and to be the sacred self definitely takes me to the higher self as well. We have here crown chakra affirmations. I will always trust and follow. I always trust and follow my intuition. I always trust and follow my intuition. There you go. They want you to be confident. Confident. It's hard because we're learning how to stabilize it. We're like, I'm not really used to this. It's one thing for your intuition to tell you to maybe apply for that job or talk to that person. You know, little messages like that are okay. But I know from what I can sense here with this new cycle, new life, that some of you have made quite a significant shift or sacrifice where you're like, okay, I trusted my intuition, but this is really uncomfortable. This wasn't like a little shift here and there. This was a big jump for me compared to the previous reality that I was used to. I took a big risk here. But yes, they want you to be confident in that risk, that choice, or that choice you're considering making. They want you to be confident in making this choice here. To trust yourself. Some of you are truly being guided to shift, to move into a different direction. You're being called in that direction because it's going to give you a better life here. And that's what the universe truly wants for you. The universe is inherently good. It wants you to live a good life. It wants you to feel really good. And it's going to make us do the work that we need to do to get there. Because that's what it takes to feel good. It takes you mastering your energy. It takes you alchemizing. It takes you shedding that baggage, perhaps having to go through the grieving process. But the grieving process, for some of us, we sustain it for far too long. We're holding on to it like this. And the universe is like, you didn't need to grieve that long. You know, it's a choice to leave or exit the grieving cycle. That's what I'm hearing. I hear people say, oh, you know, I'm having a lot of emotions. Actually, it's a choice. Yes, we have things that befall us, sometimes unexpectedly, tragedy, all kind of things. But at some point, you have to look in the mirror or you have to look at your life and actually ask yourself, am I just freaking out just because I'm used to freaking out, or something like this would freak me out, or I'm just thinking about it up here? Or is something actually happening to me in the physical over and over and over again? That's what I'm hearing. Do you actually need to freak out to that extent? Are you dragging it with you? Cut the cords, cut the ties. Ace of Swords. Cut it. Chop it away. Chop, chop. Done. Okay, so let's see some final guidance that wants to come through to you. Group number 2. We have here K2, South Node, Capricorn, in the 7th house. Oh, interesting. They showed a 7th house energy. Yeah. Clarify this for me, please. K2, Capricorn, and 7th. Oh no, the 3 of Swords. Okay, so some of you might have actually lost a job of some sort or been laid off recently. Some of you lost something substantial here. With that Capricorn, it feels substantial. It feels a little bit weighty here. And that broke your heart. That was like very disappointing for you. That's why I said, look, when I was talking about the grieving, I'm like, when they're showing this to me, I know a lot of the collective, you have a genuine reason to be upset. I know that some of you guys are going through some really difficult challenges right now. I've had to face some on my own. So I'm like, believe me, I have lots of compassion for people who are choosing, by the way, to step into this challenge. And I think you guys did take a big risk. There's a huge load that is shedding from you guys. You know, because they're giving me Capricorn and it's giving me this heavy, weighty energy with Saturn. There's a huge shedding some of you have gone through where it's like, wow, that really hurt me. And I'm sure you felt that way. It could have been a partner, it could have been a marriage, it could have been a lot of different situations here, but it felt significant. It was something, perhaps you're like, well, this is how I thought it was going to be for forever, for years to come, for decades to come. I had this expectation that this was going to be the constant in my life, and then it got the rug ripped from under me. And now I don't know where I stand here. You stand strong. You stay standing strong. Okay. Tell us, you want to tell us anything more about that K2 and the Capricorn in 7th? We have here Empress. Yeah, for some of you, this might have been some sort of health battle or physical ailment of the sort. That's been very challenging. Self-care is self-devotion. Self-care is the most important thing right now. It's just for you to take care of yourself. That's it. That's what the universe is pointing you to do. They need you to prioritize you. Here, my Natalie Portman, Amazonite, they really just need you to prioritize you right now. Focus on you. I don't know what else is going on around you, but those are distractions. You need most of that attention to be on you right now. You are in a sensitive, transformative space right now. And they would like to heal you, help you, make you feel renewed here. Okay. Any final messages for this group? Yeah, I mean, they're really pointing to the thoughts here with the 7th house. It's also thoughts process as well. Air house. Could be you talking to yourself. I'm reinterpreting it. Okay, so we have your Page of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely take a major devotion. It's time for some new practices and new habits that actually help you to build your actual dream, I'm hearing. Your real dream life. This is what I'm hearing. Whatever you lost, that was not for you. It wasn't meant for you. Not because there's something wrong with you, because there's something better. Right? So it's this or something better. If it's not this, there's something better. There's something better on the way to you, and it's actually what you're here to experience. It's what's meant for you. So with that South node, that could be like karma, like karmic energy connection to us. That's our spiritual shedding that we're needing to do here. But it could be like a job situation, but I'm hearing definitely new opportunity. There's a new opportunity opening up, and I think you already know what it is. You already have an idea of what you want. That's all I need you to focus on. 2 of Wands. You already know what you want. You want your health, you want your wealth, you want your love. That's yours for the taking. That's all I need you to focus on. Is building your way towards that. The old is gone. It's time to start building into the new. We have the Ace of Swords here. So, as far as new beginnings go, energetically, you're already there. You already have the ideas. You've already been getting the insight for what the new life, the vision that the universe truly has for you that is actually meant for you. And you're ready to start building towards it here. One step at a time. One step at a time. Okay, we're going to go ahead and end your reading here at group number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe to support. Let me know if this resonates. And I hope that helped in some way. And I'll see you guys next week for another reading. Bye. Hey, group number 3, welcome to your reading. So today we're going to be talking about your energetic expansion. So I will be pulling chakra cards later to get messages, alignment messages that you may need. And of course we have some additional cards here, oracle cards here, that will be answering the other questions we have about your energetic alignment. Your higher self message will be coming through in the song. And we're going to be learning about you stabilizing energies or the shifts or whatever it is that you're going through or experiencing. So first, I'm going to go ahead and meditate and just see whatever energies want to come through. And then I will meditate with the red tiger's eye. Okay. So the first thing I saw was a plane, and then I saw a penguin, and then I heard the word navigation. So there's something about needing to know what direction you're going in, or needing clarity about the direction you're going in, or learning how to navigate where you're going. So I think some of you are making some choices to move in a new direction in your life. And you're feeling called to navigate things differently. I don't know the symbology of penguins. They're cute though, aren't they? Little penguins. They're so cute. But a penguin takes me to a very warm energy, nourishment, care. I think penguins mate for life. Actually, yes, I do have a deck that has penguins in it. And it says soulmates. So they mate for life, and then I don't know, I could be making that up. And then they have their cute little penguin babies. And don't the dads like take care of the babies for a little while? I don't know. That's all I know. They live in the cold. They're cute. They're also a tribal animal and creature as well. So yes, I think you guys are finding a way to navigate or move in a new direction that feels more true to you. And I think maybe part of you is like, I'm not quite sure what direction I'm going in, but I feel like you are feeling somewhat confident because you're in the plane. It's like, first of all, you got in the plane. That was scary for you to do that. To fly a plane not knowing where you're going to go, where you're going to land. So I think you're in a place where you're like, I'm not quite sure where I'm going to land, but I'm going to just drive this plane until I get some kind of sign. So I think you're looking for a sign to know where to turn next, to go north, east, west, south. And so I think we're going to get some clarity here. I mean, even before I read with the tiger's eye is usually connected to courage. So I think you're going to have to be a daredevil. It's also my daredevil energy. So I think you're going to have to be comfortable with being a daredevil and not knowing what direction you're going in. I think you want maybe certainty of like what's actually going to happen or how things are going to unfold or where you're going to be landing. But there's just this encouragement from spirit to encourage you to just trust. Trust that this plane is going to land where it needs to. So until then, just keep flying it. Okay? We'll see where it goes. All right, let me meditate on this and see if I can pick up anything here. Okay. I was seeing an envelope. Envelopes usually mean messages. Could be a sign. So I think you guys are waiting for some kind of sign or some kind of message to come to you. Okay, just wait. Yeah, so what they're encouraging you to do, just wait for the message. Wait for the message. There's going to be some kind of clear message that comes to you. I don't know if it's going to be clear even, but there's going to be maybe a persistent, it can even be a whisper that comes to you, sort of urging you to know where to go next, what direction to go in next. Yeah. Okay, let me see if I can see anything in the crystal. Oh yeah, I'm seeing a guy walking and what is he doing? Okay, so I was getting this energy of like a construction worker who's focusing on his work, and he's just focusing on it and doing it, and oh, okay. So there's a little bit of a cleanup or something you need to attend to first before you can move off into the next journey or the next part. Yeah, it's like tending to. I was getting kind of like a gardener energy. So you need to tend to something or tend to your garden first, and then you'll be able to move forward and move on here. Yeah, so I already talked about red tiger's eye. This is my daredevil crystal. Dare to be. Dare to be different. Okay. You guys have some like work. We're probably going to get it in the cards, but there's some work they need you to attend to. All right, let's go ahead and look at your higher self song message. So I wrote this one. Oh, the song is, Brave Ones. I wrote this song in October of last year. Maybe you had something happen in October of last year. I don't know. So here are the lyrics. What is this here? What am I looking for? Oh, okay, that's definitely pointing to the message. What is this here? What am I looking for? All the reasons to exist seem meaningless. Fear now. Do we know why we crave love? Do we know what keeps tearing us apart? Curious enough to search above or find out what's in this heart? Can we learn to coexist with sorrow? Can we put off always needing another tomorrow? Humbug in the mirror, your old news. I'm ready to say goodbye to you. Being a free man in this world is no easy feat. It's the brave ones who know themselves that don't give in to defeat. All is well in my world. It's hard to remember. Sacred vows made in slumber awaken at daybreak. Hold to your vows. Never forget them. Let the soul guide you along the way. It's a daily choice you make every day to be yourself and know you're okay. Look to the signs. Can't miss them. They're everywhere. Everywhere. All right, that's cool. I love how they sent me the plane and the penguin to get that. That's awesome. Okay, so it's so funny, but you know, with the crystal that got picked too, I was feeling so much strong energy from this one. But look what I wrote here. It says, dare to be different. Quest for the truth. And it's a daily choice to trust the signs. So the challenge in life isn't getting the signs. We get signs all the time. You know, we get the numbers, we get the signs, we hear the readings, we hear the messages. The challenge is trusting it daily. Now, if we're truly doing our job, which is to trust the divine, if we're truly doing our job, then we should be at peace. And if we're not at peace, that means that we need to work to remove whatever insistent thorn is blocking us from seeing the truth, from seeing that we are safe, that we are okay. That's our daily work, to shed that fear here. So I was actually seeing some guy, he looked like he was looking down, tending to something. So I think that was in reply to the question, what is this here? What am I looking for? Like he was looking for something. And then I saw the bird, the penguin, then the plane, navigation, right? So yeah, our spiritual evolution, our spiritual experience is mystical. It's a mystery. We don't always know because you can't quite pinpoint God, right? If you could, which everyone has tried through religion. Like people try so hard to understand God. They try so hard to understand what we are, what this is. And what ended up happening is an endless list of religions ended up happening because there is no one way to define God. And what we're evolving into is that we are all creating our own religion for ourselves. And we're understanding that we're not here to go spread our own religion. We're just here to activate people to activate their own. You know, you create your own spiritual, I want to say cosmology or exploration, or like you have your own process for how you want to experience or you understand things. Whenever I talk about things in my teaching, my lesson videos, in my Alchemy Volume 1 series, it's abstract, you know, I just can't pinpoint it. Every time I talk about it, it's a little different, but kind of the same. It's a little different, but kind of the same. But, you know, when I hear myself talk over and over, I'm like, oh, I haven't changed that much. I kind of speak the same over and over because that's my personality. So what I was tuning into today, we all have our own unique frequency that has created us, our body, our personality. We have our own unique frequency, and you can't just change it. It's your own signature frequency, and you can't just change it. You know, I can't just become Michael Jackson if I wanted to by vibrating at Michael Jackson. I can't. It's not possible. So I can only vibrate my frequency, and it's strong. We all have our own unique, potent signature for what it is that we vibrate. And what the universe is calling us to do is it's calling us to explore that. You are your own unique experience of life. And it wants you to look through your lens and to receive in things that you're here to receive it. Don't compare and contrast to other people. Everyone's experiencing it through their own lens. We're not here to have the same experience. We're here to have our own unique experience in our body and join in together and share our experiences. I can share my experience with you, but I can't get you to get in my body and experience it for me, and I can't get in your body and experience your life. I can't see things from your lens. You can't see things from my lens. So what they're really calling you to do is to bravely trust what you are experiencing it. You are a spiritual being having a spiritual experience. You're a human being having a spiritual experience, but you're a spiritual being here first and foremost. Actually, you are a spiritual being. Yes, that's what you truly are. And they want you to get curious about that. You know, your notes, your insights, how you receive it, how you're enjoying life, that is your own unique journey here. And you don't need to go out comparing it to other people and asking them, hey, like, are you going through this too? Who knows? Who knows what people are going through, right? So you are stepping into this courage, the bravery to be different here and to stand out, right? We talk about the chosen ones. The chosen ones are the ones who choose themselves. That's a level 4 consciousness, moving on to 7. But that's a level 4 consciousness where you are willing to be seen for yourself here. You made sacred vows. Those sacred vows are the soul contracts you agreed to, where you're like, I'm going to be Shantia. I'm going to have this life. I'm going to be Michael. I'm going to be whoever, Thomas. I'm going to live this life and have this life experience, and we're going to do this, and I'm going to have this trauma. I'm going to have to overcome the trauma and believe in myself. And yes, you made those vows. You made those vows to sever those karmic ties and to move into and unlock the karma, unlock the good karma, the dharma that you're here to experience as well. So let the soul guide you. It's abstract, but you can feel it. There's a conscience inside of you. If you ever hear that voice where it's like, don't eat that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen to that voice. Okay. Let's unveil your oracle cards, group number 3. All right, group number 3, straight to the point. I say straight to the point because you guys got exactly 6 cards. And you guys got the least amount of cards, so there's like a little less fussy energy, I think, going on with this group. In terms of what you're doing. I think you guys are flying in the air. You're going for it. You're going for the challenge called life. You're daring to be, and I feel like you guys have so much courage within you here to be yourself. All right, so we have here Soul Lesson, Heart Chakra, number 13. 21, Soul Lesson, Perception, Third Eye Chakra. I'll show you the cards up close. We have Merkaba, Activation, Transcendence, Ascension, You Are Rising Up. We have here Gaia, Earth Connection. And we also have here, be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, stay grounded. And we have here Stargazer, set your sights higher. And we have here Seeker, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. Shadow attribute, inability to commit to a path once found. Okay, so before I take off, which I can do at times, I think we already have taken off. I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards to look into your current energy here. Okay, we have a 3 of Swords. I'm going to take that reversed. We'll take it reversed. Let's see your current energy, group number 3. 4 of Pentacles. Nice, grounded. All right, so your current energy is healing, my dear. You're healing. You're in a healing space, recovery space. So because we got a heart, we got heart chakra, I think your heart is literally healing. I mean, it's energetically healing, I guess, but perhaps literally as well. So we're going through, collectively people are going through an ascension. Group number 3, you're going through an ascension. You're transcending. This is why we keep getting messages to stay grounded. Because the energies are shifting quite a bit, and grounded is where you want to, is what you want to focus on here. Yeah, it's important to stay grounded because there's quite a bit of shifts that are happening and it's showing up in your life. So you might be looking at your life like, what is going on? Yeah, that's the change that's happening to you, my dear, because you're transcending. And so that's what they mean by stay grounded. There are shifts that you're going through. And you're just going to have to make the daily choice to trust and be brave here. You are a courageous soul. So for you to be taken up in this ascension process, it takes your conscious awareness and it takes a choice. It's a free will choice to wake up. So pat yourself on the back because you made the hardest choice that a lot of humans struggle with is you made the choice to wake up. And you made the choice to be the brave one here. So you're jumping timelines, jumping realities. Let's go. Life is changing here. The earth is shifting and it's going through its own shift and you are shifting with it quite powerfully. So you're being taken into that new earth energy. You are strongly connected to the earth, by the way, group number 3. That's probably why you are going through quite a shift as well. So we're talking about navigation and trusting in the signs. We have your perception, third eye. So you have your inner perception, your inner eye, your mind's eye. You're going through a lesson right now where you're learning how to trust that here. So the earth was always going to go through the shift. It wasn't just like some random occurrence. It was always supposed to go through this dramatic shift that was going to take a lot of the collective with it. And so your spirit is strong. You have a strong soul contract destiny to go through this perception of learning how to trust these shifts that are taking place here. So trust is ascension process here. Merkaba activation. I think I heard the Merkaba is in the heart. Perhaps. The Merkaba is located in the heart. Strong heart healing energy. We have here the stargazer, set your sights higher. So this is about having high expectations. This also takes me to the plane and the penguin looking up as well. So they're like, look up. It's going to be great. It's going to work out for the best for you. So expect for things to work out. Okay, we have here seeker. You guys are seekers. Search for wisdom and truth wherever you are. So this is why you guys are strongly being pulled into this experience, because you guys are truth seekers. Right here, quest for the truth. It takes a lot of courage in you, in one, to be on the quest for the truth. And because it's just easy, it's comfortable to be asleep. I'm not going to fault anyone for being asleep. I liked being asleep for a long time. It was comfortable until it wasn't comfortable. You guys are not comfortable being asleep. You guys want to seek the truth. You want to go through whatever it is that you need to go through to transform. Here. But I'm most definitely getting this strong courage, this willingness to do the work here. Be a star seed. Light worker. Let's go ahead and see what wants to come through for alignment messages. We have your third eye chakra affirmations. I'm worthy of the life I want. There we go. New life. It's the life you want. What kind of life is coming towards you? It's the life you want. I'm worthy of the life I want. Yeah, the universe might be challenging you here with this Three of Swords, but it's challenging you to align with the worthiness. Stay true to the dream here. Okay, let's pull one more card and see what everyone's to come. 2 more came out. Okay. We have here, I'm insightful and intuitive. Another third eye chakra. Yeah, this group, you guys are very intuitive, very psychic, whatever you want to call it. You can most certainly tune into those energies. Let's go. Let's do it. You guys know how to do it. You guys know how to navigate your intuition quite well. So just keep trusting it. We have here another third eye chakra. All right, third eye is where it's at, guys. Here we have the soul lesson, third eye chakra. So you guys are going through a powerful lesson right now in understanding that your perception is kind of your superpower, this group. It's strong. It's quite strong. You're very insightful. We have here your third eye chakra yoga poses. The following poses can help release tension and activate the third eye. Humble warrior. That's weird. I had the humbug. It's kind of similar. We have wide-legged forward bend. We have the lotus, or the That's not lotus, that's locust. We have here camel, dolphin, and child's pose. Almost close to penguin, right? Okay, so maybe you want to get into your yoga poses to tune into your third eye chakra here. So that means you guys have a powerful imagination. You guys probably have a very powerful like dreams, strong dream world, strong visions. So there's lots of messages that are coming through to you. Do you have to go to sleep to dream to get those messages? Absolutely not. You can just ask for them straight up. You can use automatic writing if you want to and practice that, practice journaling. That's the easiest way to actually tune into spirit and get the messages. But most importantly, to really get in tune with those insightful messages that are coming through to you, group number 3 is meditate. Sit in silence and hear it. Stillness speaks. Hear the stillness speak to you. Okay. What other guidance do you have for this group? Spirits. I didn't read the numbers. We have 13. Well, I read those. 21. We have here 85, 83, 79. Mars in Aquarius in the second house. Oh, that's an interesting vibe. What can I say about that? That's intellect. That's strong intellect. Some of you guys are like writers, communicators here. Yeah. Because Mars is quite energetic and quite persistent. With Aquarius energy, that's like strong intellect, where it's like you have a mind full of ideas, full of knowledge, probably lots of insight. You guys are getting a lot of insightful intellectual upgrades or just messages. I was just saying, like, you guys could literally just talk or channel, and I feel like they just listen to me. They reaffirm that for me. So you guys most definitely, this group, please practice automatic writing to get that insight, because you guys are, I think some of you guys are already writers, though. Because I'm getting a lot of confidence, you know, with the Mars in the second house in Aquarius. That means some of you guys have no problem speaking your mind. You know, whether it's in your journal, you're not doing it out loud, or if it's in front of people, I think some of you actually are quite gifted with that. Quite talented with speaking your mind. Okay, let's see if they want to give us more clarity on this Mars in the second in Aquarius here. It's like almost like I'm hearing I'm right, or I know I'm right. That's what I'm hearing. We have here 5 of Cups. Interesting. Clarifier for the Mars. And we have here Hangman. How's that connected to Mars and the second of Aquarius? I honestly don't know, because Mars is about action and moving forward. The Hangman is not about moving forward. Oh, maybe you guys are feeling quite restless because you got lots of ideas and you're like, I just want to like take action and do something with it, but you're being called to a sacred pause here with the Hangman. Okay. Anything else you want to clarify about the Mars second in Aquarius? That's kind of what I was expecting the first time. Knight of Swords. Okay. Well, what do you want? What do they want you guys to do here with this? I said something about waiting for a message, didn't I? Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I said something about waiting for a message. Yeah, just wait for your signal. Okay, well, I feel like this kind of matches this energy. Staying grounded, the peace. The peace. You're almost there. There's something Um, I think I think that envelope was also signaling that you are receiving some important downloads right now. Downloads. And right now, that's the main focus, is the downloads and the insight you're receiving. Not necessarily to feel that you need to take action on the downloads. The downloads is mostly knowledge, right? The insight. And the insight is you're in like a learning space right now. You're getting some insight here, and you're getting some insight for learning how to build your worthiness, and what's more importantly is you're learning how to stabilize it. I think we all get these messages all the time. It's like, okay, I know I'm worthy, but you're in a place where you're stabilizing with the Four of Pentacles, this energy. You're stabilizing your worthiness. So that means that consistency, repetition. It means you have to be repeating. It's your circuit here. They're retraining your subconscious mind to take in new messages and new insight. And you're getting a lot of, you're being encouraged to just work on that worthiness circuit within you. Worthy of the life that you want. I'm insightful. I'm intuitive. I trust myself. It's that confidence. So you're still being realigned here. And you're receiving lots of those downloads. So just receive it right now. You might want to do some affirmations as well and just find some kind of practice, 1 to 2 minutes a day, where you just do some affirmations on repeat. Okay. Is there anything you want this group to do? Oops. Is there anything else that you want this group to work on? I think it's just the truth. Look at that. There it is again. 11th house. Saturn. Capricorn. Whoa. Dharma, karma. Okay. So it is it's a part of your, was this the group I talked about Dharma and karma too? I don't know. It is part of your karma. It's so funny. Like when I pulled cards for karma before, karma is not a bad thing. And this is why I made the Unlock Karma video. Karma is the key to success. You have to face the karma to get to the other side. So you guys are facing some kind of karma right now. And I'm not sure if Saturn is in Capricorn right now. I follow Vedic astrology. It might, because I know it was going retrograde. So it might be retrograding back into Capricorn and then back into Aquarius. So that might be part of the slowdown there. I don't know when Saturn's retrograde ends, but I think when Saturn goes direct, that might be a pivotal time for when things start to really shift in your reality. Because right now, you might be paying your dues karmically. Because what the karma is supposed to do is supposed to train you to receive. You guys are being trained for, I'm hearing, like high positions, a position of authority, a position of power. How do you get those positions of power? You need training first. And the universe is your training ground. It's your college. You don't have to go to college to get the training that you need to be qualified for a job. You're actually pre-qualified in your life experience. Life is your college. 5th house, it's about education as well. It's about life being your college. And so the universe is putting you through an education process right now where you're learning how the world works. Once you've received all of this insight for how the world works, you're going to have the confidence to move forward into your position of authority and into this promoted here with this 9 of Pentacles. They're going to promote you into doing something that you love, that is well compensated for, well paid. And this is a position of authority with that Saturn Aquarius. Saturn makes you do the work, right? Working hard. Saturn makes you do the work. So you guys are here you're doing work right now. You might be like, well, why is life so hard? No, this is school. This is training. So that when you receive the position of authority that's coming here, that you're manifesting, you're going to be ready. You'll be ready. You'll be confident. And you'll feel like you can handle it. You can take it on. You're like, psh, I can handle this. I've been through way more challenging circumstances. You think I can handle this? I can handle this. You can handle it. Whatever is coming your way. So yes, this group, you guys are in training right now to receive a position of authority. Definitely. Some of you guys are definitely teachers, by the way. Definitely getting that. strongly. And you're meant to be some kind of leader, top of the food chain position here, where you're authority figure that people look up to and get advice from or counsel from here. Or you and a consultant as well, but I don't know, maybe some of you are consultants, so I'm seeing some consulting as well here, where you're helping people to understand how certain things work, and you're like, okay, you need to do it like this. You give them that advice that they need. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe to support. Let me know if this resonated with you, and I'll see you guys next week for another reading. Bye.